The Hammerhead is finally back in Gilly's Combat Gauntlet Area 7 mission after the hotfix, but the real question is, can we still solo it? Well, today I'm taking out my shift to see if I can feed a Hammerhead solo in 4.8. Let's quickly go over the loadout before I go do the mission. For my weapon loadout, I'm gonna go with 2 deadbolts here. They are size 4, and then on my turret, I have full shredders. Everything is ballistics. The shredders I will use to deal with the lighter fighters, and the deadbolts I'll use to soften up the Hammerhead's armor in order to do complete damage to it. All of my components is military C grade except my power plant is a stealth one, and my cooling is also stealth. Let's take a look at the mission. In order to fight the Hammerhead, I'm gonna do Combat Gauntlet Scenario 7 here. It will spawn a bunch of little fighters and the Hammerhead, which I will save for the end. Let's go see how easy it is to kill this thing. Before I engage the targets here, I'm gonna only use my shredders to deal with the smaller fighters, and I'm gonna be in gimbaled mode just to make it a bit easier on myself. Our first opponent here is going to be a little arrow already on its way. Let me just get a bit closer. You can see there's the Hammerhead, which we will need to fight. Here's the little arrow. Let's see if we can quickly deal with it. Hopefully I can catch it with the shredders. Lots of missiles. You can see the cockpit already red of the arrow. I will need to leave. The Hammerhead is on top of us. I'm just gonna fly just a little bit to avoid its fire while strafing up and adding some roll. We don't want to sit too close to the Hammerhead. We will kite it in a minute. But first we need to deal with the little ones. Otherwise we might die. It loves its missiles though. Hopefully that missile didn't hit. We get a bit closer here. See if I can kill this thing. Pretty decent damage. Lots of lag. This thing just teleported. Ping is about 190, so it's quite difficult sometimes, but you get used to it. Plus Star Citizen, quite jumpy. Doing pretty good damage. Let me just see if I can finish this thing off. There we go, finally. It took quite a bit. The arrow is super small, so you miss quite a bit of your shots. I'm just gonna run just for a little bit. And then we can engage again. Here is the Hornet. A little bit bigger of a target, so easier to shoot. Let me just get close. I'm trying to use my ammo sparingly, so I don't have to constantly be worried about not having ammo for the Hammerhead. That went very quick. Let's see if we can deal with the Hammerhead now, but I need to get my shields back. I'm gonna go full deadbolts here. Let's just see if I can shred the armor. Our shields is finally back. Let's turn around and see what we can do here. Nice. I'm gonna go towards it. I'm gonna try to upstrafe and then roll. This is the main maneuver to avoid fire in most cases. Just a very basic maneuver. You just upstrafe and you add a bit of roll. Very easy to do with the joystick, not so much with... Let me just focus here. I'm not seeing any perp at the moment, and it did shred my shields here completely. Got a lot of damage, unfortunately. I'm just gonna try and go full guns. Maybe I get the perp at least that I can focus on. Let me just see. I do have a radar. I should have a perp. Unfortunately, I didn't get one with the deadbolts. Sometimes this happens, it's a bug. But let me close the distance again. Unfortunately, we did take quite a bit of damage. But I'm pretty sure we can survive. the rest here if we're careful. This is a Hammerhead after all, an anti-fighter, but with the recent changes, they changed quite a bit of the speeds with weapons. I also have heavy armor on, so blacking out is definitely a thing. I need to be careful. I should have removed it, but I completely forgot. But I can deal with it. Already getting the shield down pretty decently there. We should be able to penetrate the armor of the Hammerhead with our deadbolts, and then our ballistic repeaters eventually should do damage as the armor reduces. Should be doing pretty good here. You can see the shields. Our shields is getting hit every now and then. But because I'm upstrafing and rolling, it's missing most of its shots. Is because the projectile speed of its repeaters is so slow now. So even with the little shift, not even a hornet, we can still avoid most of its fire if we're careful. I'm trying to sit between 1000 and 800 thereabout is the sweet spot for me. It used to be 1500 with the faster projectile speeds, but now we can get a lot closer because they nerfed the projectile speed so much. I definitely think they should give a modifier for turrets so that they can increase the projectile speed with any weapon that's attached, even cannons, so we can hit ships when we're multi-crewing. At the moment, that's not the case. I wonder if they can even do it. Do they even have turret modifiers that they can apply? Or maybe they still need to develop it, who knows? But that would be the first thing I'm doing if I were to fix a turret. But you can see I'm taking no damage as long as I'm keeping focus. Blacking out is a big thing though. The new changes to armor where you can black out if you wear heavy armor. It's not the best for combat, but you give and you take, right? FPS is super good, but for piloting, not so much. Should have worn a flight suit for this, but I just wanted to get going. I did lose my shields, but I'm just gonna try and outrun it until I get my shields back. It did hit me a little bit there. It turned my hull super red, unfortunately, but I should be able to recover here. I can't make any more mistakes, otherwise I'll probably die. But ammo is still pretty good. Doing some decent damage. We only have turret orange at the moment. But soon the hull will probably get orange as well. Lots of shots landing on me now though. But shields is holding up. They did pop shields just a little bit, where you get better regeneration. Mostly good for bigger ships. I overshot just a little bit here. Getting a little bit too close, so I'm back strafing. If you didn't know, you can up strafe and roll, and if you want to get closer, you just press forward, for example W, and then if you want to back strafe, just S, and this is how you distance control to make sure you don't get too close or too far. Gotta stay in the sweet spot, but sometimes you can overshoot it like me here. I'm not the craziest pilot, but I do fly quite a bit and I have some muscle memory. So I can definitely maneuver my way around some ships. Let's get a little bit closer. I lost my pip here a bit. There we go. You can see the hull is turning orange now. Should be red soon. So we're definitely doing some damage, even with our ballistic repeaters. I do like this combo quite a bit, since I can deal with small ships and bigger ships quite effectively. Doesn't take that many shots to reduce the armor of ships. As long as we keep on it. The pip did ruin me a little bit though, since it didn't show up. I probably need to fix it, but you can see it's super red now. Should have it very soon, or at least feels like it. Deadbolt's landing pretty consistently, just because the ship is so big. So I'm not even worried about the projectile speed of deadbolts, plus the projectile speeds of the ballistic. Gatlings is super fast, so you hit it way easier. I really feel like it's gonna be soon. Sometimes ships will start running as they very close, so you need to boost. My ammo is almost done though. Hopefully I can finish this before it runs out. Ballistics can shoot for quite a long time though, as long as you don't overheat them. And there we go, super easy. I mean, we did get red hulled, but being able to do this with the shift is quite easy. Imagine we had a real fighter. This whole fight took me about 10 minutes to do, thereabout. I really hope they buff turrets in the future. You can definitely make quite a bit of money with Scenario 7 if you have a little bit of skill in flying. 200k in 10 minutes, not too bad. But I hope you enjoyed this video. A big thank you to all the members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.